Now, with the big arguments that is coming around with regarding to the Black Ops 6 map at Liberty Falls, I just want to share my personal opinions over the matter. As always, this is going to be my opinion. I am going to be frank here for a bit. And if you have any opinions you own, I do like to hear them because I am an open minded person. So, with that, this is what I have to say. I'm going to be honest when I say this. I'm just happy we have round base. They could Warzone the thing and change the UI as long as because some of the innovations I do like how you can now use the mangler arm. If not, go full on Mega Man, like go full on Terminator out of nowhere. If not Juggernaut, in zombies, which I think is pretty cool. Also the fact that they fixed the jet gun, where I saw people comparing it to the DIE Shockwave from D Machina. I mean, yeah, no, I could kind of see it, but at the same time, I don't, because for one, I see it more as the Thunder Gun, but with a charged effect. And honestly, again, I'm okay with those kind of changes because they made the Thunder Gun good now instead of having to where like it'll break and you have to like find the parts at a time just to rebuild it only to get the same effect. And not to mention, really, I really, and I mean this too, guys, I hope you guys know this game is still in beta. Zombies, that was just a tease of what we're getting. We already got the gameplay tease for Terminus, and now we got a full game, or now we got like another full gameplay tease. This time with the HUD enabled and not disabled and all that. And I just want to say with that, I don't think we're at the right now to assume or judge anything that's on the game. I mean, obviously, again, like speak out your cries and everything. Reach out. You can complain all you want because we want to try and give that reception back. Obviously, just don't be like, "Oh, Treyarch is the worst play." No, actually give them create or constructive criticism. Don't just be like, "Ew, this bad." Be like, "Hey, so just letting you know, this is like almost taking like the exact same stuff that's from Warzone's AI and UI and all that. So try and like spice it up. Like say, for the armor plates, make them wear like maybe they're like a different color, or maybe add like a player icon, like how they did with Black Ops 3 and 4, and maybe even like World War II zombies and Infinite Warfare zombies. And one thing to note too for me is with the big changes coming within, I guess, overall Black Ops 6, how you can now fully customizable the HUD, even to the point of just straight removing things. So you can practically play normal core like multiplayer or whatever, but with hardcore elements. With zombies, that's going to be in the same field. So with the and just to also as a reminder that you can do this stuff in Cold War too, in Vanguard zombies, and I believe Modern Warfare zombies. I never tried on it because I don't play those games anymore. But when Black Ops 6 comes out, you can actually remove, if not completely make a new custom HUD. Like they'll actually have different modes for that. In fact, one of the biggest ones that was actually came from leaks, which I don't know has been confirmed yet, but it has been leaked. I believe Truly Intel talked about it. I'm not entirely sure on that. Someone can correct me if so. But apparently, we're getting like three modes. Obviously, a standard mode, which is what we're used to, like say with Cold War. The guided mode, which is going to be a tutorial mode on how to do Easter eggs. And then finally, another one, which I think I'm going to be invested in. I think most of you guys who are, if you're watching this, some of you guys might be invested with this, and that's classic mode. They will be adding a classic mode, which is basically the best way I can say is remember like Black Ops, World War, Black Ops 2 zombie, like, or even Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, like where you it doesn't like give you like a little map icon of everything. So like you actually get to fully freely explore, and you get to like just self discover stuff, even if it's something like a simple teleportation. That's what classic mode will be. It's basically like return format of zombies, which I think is going to be fun. Now, again, with a grain of salt, I do believe that with the guide mode, it's probably going to ruin those game modes. But at the same time, I feel like it can really be a step up. So with the change in the HUDs, being able to, like where you can actually like fully remove certain things or add things and all that. Like I'm gonna probably remove the health bar and shield bar for me. I'm gonna keep everything else. Actually, I'm gonna remove the mini map too. Maybe I don't know. I'll probably remove that kind of stuff. So I'll have everything like ammo count and specialist on the right. perks on the round change on the left, and then everything on the top is just free. I'm thinking of doing something like that, and for me, that just feels like a good zombies UI, in my opinion. You don't, I mean, you can already tell if you're low in health because armor will crack and everything, and you know you're low in health because you'll go red screen. So there's really no point of seeing your screen or like seeing your health bar and such. And speaking of health bars, people have been complaining about the health bars and how I was talking about the HUD changing. You can also remove certain aspects and assets from zombies, where you can remove health bars. I'm keeping hit markers. I like hit markers; they're cool. But you can remove the health bars. You can remove um some of the other stuff, and like would say one thing too for the crew is I believe Terminus you can also play with a a nonchalant crew, in this case the operators. But here's the thing I want to point out is Liberty Falls is going to be the only map with no crew. And apparently we are also going to get our first DLC map in the end of this year, aka like maybe Christmas or New Year's. And with that, I believe at the start of season one, which will take around Christmas, I'm pretty sure, because October with the release. So then we get all of November for whatever, and maybe the start of December is obviously the last month and all that. And I believe that season one will start, and maybe season one reloaded is when we'll get the map. If not start season, really just somewhere around season one. But with all of my fairness and yapping, this is what all I have to say with everything I have to talk about. So this is how I see with Liberty Falls. From everything I heard, information, leaks, judgments, everything, I think I can probably form my own conclusion. This is what I believe. With how it's trying to reach to a modern audience, in this case, open up to people who aren't in zombies, and the direction that they give. First of all, let's start with what the map will be. It's just going to be a simple outbreak map, not like a outbreak from Cold War or what they did with Vanguard and of course DMZ Zombies with Modern Warfare 3. I'm talking like your simple city outbreaks, unlike say Last of Us, Resident Evil, um, maybe Dead Island. Dead Island's a good one. It's a simple zombie attack outbreak apocalypse map, and we're going to be sent as a strike team, in this case alpha team from Project Janus, to try and clean the area, because that's what Richtofen ordered for Blanchard, and Blanchard's going to be our voice announcer. And from what we can get on the first glance, now again, remember, Easter eggs and everything are cut off, so I believe everything's going to start as basic and bland at first, but then as you do the Easter egg, or maybe go through high rounds, or maybe, when everything is unlocked and fully finalized, the map will slowly change and be consumed by the dark ether, which also would explain some of the grisly tales we have heard of Liberty Falls later in the future within Modern Warfare Zombies. And that also would explain, too, about the maybe the outro cutscene with how the portals to the dark ether and how we see the entire city engulfed in the dark ether. Maybe it could be leading on to that. So a lot of ambiguous mysteries and tales to be unfolded there. Now, as I was, I guess, saying with the whole how it's being presented, the as we learned from Kevin Drew, the lead designer of Treyarch, we learned that Terminus is our map. If you are a hardcore Zombies fan, you like everything from the OGs, even maybe some of the modern stuff, if not completely all of the OG stuff, from World at War, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and maybe even Black Ops 4, and the spin-off titles, except for Advanced Warfare. Go fuck yourself, or Advanced Warfare. We don't like exo zombies. Sorry, I had to get that on my chest. One of the biggest things that came across was how we're going to, because one thing that people were obviously were not a fan of is what they did with Cold War and so forth, and that was merging the two. Well, I believe what their plan is to do both. And again, I see Liberty Falls as a bonus map, but I'm also seeing this as a full-fledged map. I say it's a bonus map for us, but for them. That's right. I'm talking to for you people out there who play Warzone and multiplayer, especially Warzone. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of y'all people. You guys really suck. You guys smell like cheese. But for you Warzone lovers out there, I got something to tell you. You're gonna be eating tonight if you want to get into zombies, especially for you Modern Warfare zombie fans out there. Because here's why. One, they got an abomination. Two, the this is the idea that I could come with. With the idea is that zombies, it will for obviously for the rest of the launch, it's gonna be for us, if not a bit of the merge. But Liberty Falls and Terminus will be a breaking point, like a starting point. If you're new to zombies, play Liberty Falls. If you are an old zombies fan, if like that you know your shit, you want to get in instantly, play Terminus. That's how I see it. Liberty Falls is an introduction map. It is obviously not for us, our actual zombie players. Like maybe for the Easter egg, it's good. Like for narrative too, for story. But what I believe that it is supposed to be for them, not us. Them. For multiplayer, for Warzone players, it's for them. And I believe we should not get mad at that because, for one, we have our map, and we're always going to get more launches. They only get one map, all right. And from what I can understand too, is it made sense for them to share that because guess what we get in the direct? I saw people were confused, like, bro, give us Terminus for the con next. Why Liberty Falls? Well, it was because, for one, we're already giving gameplay, so it wouldn't really do anything. It would just ruin the magic, but it will also because of the player demographic. Just remember that Connex is mostly from people who do multiplayer and Warzone. Some of the people who do zombies, guess what? They too play it. Chomper, for example, he's one of my favorite people that I like to watch. Probably constantly. He's one of my favorites, and I guess maybe even T Dog. He's slowly growing on me. So I don't know if any of them are saying this. Hi y'all, I like y'all. You're cool, but Chopper plays some multiplayer, and I feel like for him it makes sense. But then you have some like Mr. Dollar JD, I believe Lego Unlocked. I'm not sure. I don't really watch him, but they too will also casually dabble on multiplayer. But they're all mostly on the zombies. Well, that's like three guys. Now there are some like Ink Slasher who I also watch who also gets into zombies. Like he's right now as we speak trying to get into zombies. So with that in mind, that's like three or four people, but in reality, practically two people that people know from the OG crew, whatever, that plays zombies, and they're zombie experts. Everyone else, though, are either multiplayer or get this, all right, get this, that or they are Warzone players, especially on that side. The majority of the people you see are from Warzone, which is ironically funny. In fact, when I actually saw the gameplay, people were like, "Oh, it's easy." I'm like, "Yeah, no, for us it'll be easy. For people who have some hand in zombies, they are, but for people who just mostly play Warzone, I'm being honest. I saw honestly, my opinion, one of the like worst players I've ever met on Call of Duty in general because they're just there for they're not even there for fun. They try to be like actual pros when they have shady things in their back. Tim the Tatman, Swag, I think that's his name, the guy that's I don't know trying to make a cover up for one of the biggest infamous Call of Duty cheaters. And two other guys I forgot. Basically, just one of them was Legion, but basically just overall like if we're having a judge on skill, absolutely trash people, in my opinion. They went to play zombies. Two of them already went down at the beginning of the game. Okay, they did not know how to like kill or anything. They kept slide canceling on zombies. Like, brother, it's zombies. Just chill. And oh my gosh, they did not know how to exfil. They were on the exfil side and everything. They just did not know how to interact with it. Brother did not know how to press F on a keyboard or hold square on a PlayStation controller or anything like that. It made me laugh. And I'm like, dude, these are their games. Because for us, we believe it's going to be easy, but for them, it's going to be hard. And I think that it's okay because it's a good introduction map. It has everything laid out for what you're going to want to encounter. A new zombie type, in this case, the vermin. An old yet memorable zombie, which in this case would be the abomination, and the manglers. Even though personally, I feel like manglers are just shoved in. But then again, knowing that with the gameplay mechanics, manglers okay. Obviously a better improved jet gun because at the end of the day, this is just a beginner map. So I think what's a good beginner map? Everyone could just sit down, not like turn their brains off, and instantly kill zombies. If you don't know where I'm going with this is the modern day version of Transit. If not Green Run or Town. Think about it. Launch Town right now. What do you have in town? It's a simple city. It's all in ruins. A little outbreak hit. You put, and I'm not talking about like the Transit Green Run version. I'm talking like the mini map survival map. So no Easter eggs. Not even really a side Easter egg. Just a music Easter egg. All right. You have barely any wonder weapons. In this case, you just only get the Reagan Mark II. And you got your standard stuff. You got some perks, pack a punch in the middle, survive. Just go around, find a good area to camp, find a good area to train. But it's a simple go ahead and shoot zombies. And what is Liberty Falls? Go on this map, shoot zombies. You got your basic needs and wants with some new added features this time. Have fun. That's how I see Liberty Falls. It's to Now, to recap, this is how I see everything. All right, the recap. So, this is how I see how the Zombies Liberty Falls is going to be for Black Ops 6. So, for starters, this is a beginner's map. It is not for the hardcore. It is mainly to introduce new players who want to get into the hardcore, that are people who just want to simply chill. This is a map that is the best way I can describe it. It's basically it's a transit reimagined. It is not going to be like it's going to have everything you want. It's a basic stepping stone. It will have a full Blitz Easter egg for the beginners. And I believe hardcore can also enjoy too for storytelling. The upgraded weapons to where everything is overpowered. There are some good opening areas. But then overall for like an aspect ratio, this is a map that is not even finished. We're not supposed to play zombies yet. How they like sold it for one, since Liberty Falls is going to be that like a beginning map, and everyone is like this is a map to get everyone in, not necessarily for the hardcore players, but for the new players too. This was the map that they had to use within COD Next. That's why we never see anything or mentions of Terminus, because Liberty Falls was going to be their creme de la creme. Liberty Falls is basically a just turn off your brain moment and shoot zombies, get kills, see how high you can go. Like classic zombies before the crazy Easter eggs of Black Ops 3 and maybe at the end of Black Ops 2. This is just mostly just sit down, play solo or with your friends, see how high you can go. And I'm going to enjoy that personally because after like doing a bunch of Easter eggs and even helping people with the Easter eggs, trying to see if I can do speed runs, I want to have a break moment. And the fact that I also have some people who want to get into zombies and that didn't even came from multiplayer or anything. Like I recently got someone who get into Black Ops 3. So for me to get them into Liberty Falls, I think would be a good idea because it will help them get a good stepping stone of everything. And it's like a good appetizer for what's to come with Black Ops 6. So like how I can say is the appetizer is Liberty Falls, Terminus is the entree, and then obviously the DLC maps afterward, and maybe a potential Zombie Chronicles 2, because Black Ops 2 remaster, because we need to have because there's going to be a trailer game for 2025. That right there will be what else? Our dessert. Even with some of the big aspects that our people are judging on, for one, again, the game is still in beta. A lot of things were locked, so some of the features that we want are probably not out yet. That and maybe some items are certain placeholders. Now, again, we need to give them constructive criticism, not just say that Treyarch's bad or, oh, I don't like this. Like, you want to be specific and tell them how they can change it. And I'm thinking maybe we should do like a merge of the two. So, like, instead of say, okay, we got like the Warzone stuff, I add like some flair to it, like add some new colors, some new textures, or add a character profile to like send like especially since we're getting a set crew now, add like a specific icon for depending on the certain person you play as. I mean, they already have that for. I mean, they kind of did that for Cold War, so they can definitely do that within Black Ops 6 Zombies. And finally, the one thing I have to say is with all the complaints about the HUDs and everything, the health bars, one thing to note is yes, it is built into the game, but here's also what's built in the game, turning it off. one of the things that Black Ops 6 is aiming towards, that they even encourage people to do, is to change the HUD layout so you can have it however you want. And I'm not talking like a preset. No, I'm talking like go full out. Like go full out. If you want everything in the middle of the screen, have everything on the middle of the screen. If you want to take everything off, take everything off. Like you can disguise yourself to making it look like you're playing hardcore when in reality you're not. You just got everything on the HUD erased. So with that, you can completely change and set up how you want zombies to be. You and like with Cold War, you can also change off some of the small details like the health bar system. You can turn off hit markers. You can turn off the motion blur stuff. Like that you got full customization. So instead of just bitching about, oh, they have this and that, I don't want that because that's not zombies. Well, for one, wait until it's out, and two, just turn it off. Because trust me, because I was on that boat too. Turn it off instead of complaining. Do something about it, and guess what happens? It ends up getting fixed about it, and look what happens. You all get ship sailed, and everyone's happy, and everyone can be on their playing level and play style. But then again, that's just what I have to say. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy this episode of commentary. Sorry if I didn't do an intro. I am tired. And as we speak, I'm about to record a new video game for y'all, which is going to be real fun. So stay tuned for that. And yes, that was a bit of a promo. So with that, I hope you do that. Have a good night, a good evening, good whatever. And I hope you enjoy me yapping about Liberty Balls, or should I say Liberty's Balls.